I'm John Zimmerman with Upper Creek Angler, and we're continuing our work through Steve Skuce's book, Grayling Flies. This is fly number 66, a Boo Caddis. In the vise I have a barbless wet fly hook, and I've got some black thread in the bobbin. And we're just going to set this bead with some thread wraps and then work our way back to the back of the hook where we're going to do the building of a lot of the character of this fly. So the first thing that I did to tie this was create some UV blobs on some ultra chenille in caddis green. I'm going to lash this guy down to the hook. It's way too long. Lash this guy down to the hook. It's still a little too long. Try again. Lash this guy down to the hook. And advance our thread to the top and sneak in and cut that out. The more of the body we work on prior to dubbing this, the less dubbing we'll have to use. To create some legs coming off of this, I'm going to tie in a partridge feather that we're going to take the scruffy stuff off down here and pull to a small V to tie it in by at the very top. And this is just like working a soft tackle at the top of the fly. And then cut that waist out. Take this and make, I'll grab my tackle pliers. Make several turns here, pulling back, just like you would at the top of the fly if you were doing soft tackle at the top. Go in and catch that, clip out your waist, but we can make those point forward with just a wrap or two. Then give all of these a pull and make sure that they are pointed back, kind of encasing that the head of that piece of ultra chenille. Now we're going to take several colors of dubbing. I've got some light hare's ear, some coyote in gray, a very little bit of olive, and some black hare's mask. Our ribbing is going to be some really fine silver wire. You could also use some sulky in that silver metallic color. We're trying to imitate in our dubbing structure here, what we're trying to do is imitate those cased caddises that have lots of different colored rocks and everything that they've made their shell out of. So getting a patch of colors going will help you out in that. So I've got some gray, some black, some tan, and I'm just going to dub a little bit of one and dub a little bit of another. And this camera is really close to the vise, so I can't dub a really long noodle here. where I'll hit it. And we've moved into some of the olive. There's some black. It's got a little bit of red hint mixed into it too, giving way to some of the gray. There's one really long hair in there that's not making it want to curl up. Nice little pinch. Some olive toward the top. So as you can see, mixing the colors, as we're going to counteract the ribbing so it doesn't just sink in. As you can see, mixing in a little bit of each of those colors as you go, not mixing it in as before you tie it off or before you dub it. It gives you a really nice overall profile of that fly that is supposed to be imitating a cased caddis in all of its rocky home. So there you have it, fly number 66 from Steve Skuce's book Grayling Flies, the Peekaboo Caddis. I would keep this fly in sizes 10 all the way down to 14, especially dependent on the size caddis flies that you have in your neck of the woods, and depending on the head of the, I'm really a big fan of the chartreuse caddis green, but keeping this in tan, white even, all good colors for caddis flies. So definitely tie yourself up some of these, they will catch fish.